Hello, you guys. Welcome to Kingdom Living Way, where love resides and God is on the move. I want to come on here to talk to you guys about how the story ends. How the story ends. See what God oftentimes do with us. He will show us He will show us how the story ends. All right. Some of you believing in marriage. He will show you your marriage. He will show you how the story ends. He will show you of a new home. Some people have seen their new home, their new cars and jobs and things like that. They have shown you your school, you graduating from college and things. They will show you having children. You might have 3, 4 children, but he will show you how the story ends. But now, there is a beginning to the story, okay? There is a beginning. And sometimes he will show you the beginning too, all right? He'll show you the beginning that, like I have heard people say they seen their, God showed them visions of their children before they was born, or they seen their husband or their wife before they even met, okay? Sometimes I've seen places where God sent me for a job here and there, and I've seen the place, before I got there, okay? So I knew that job was mine, okay? I've seen a car before, and you guys, I seen he showed me this car, but I didn't see the full car. So when I went to the the car place to get to look for cars, okay, let me slow down. I went to look for the car, and the car was up on the front of the road, near the edge of the road. And I was all over the parking lot. I said, I don't see nothing I want. The man was trying to help me. I said, I don't see anything. And I was blindsided by this car. It was up above from all the rest of the cars. You guys, at that time, my children was growing. Because they was growing, and I had to have room for them. So I didn't want no little small car. But anyway, so I got ready to just get ready to leave and go home, I say, or go somewhere else to continue to look rather. And there was a car up there in the front. It was shining. And at that time, I basically got, to me, it was a few years old, but that car God had picked that car out for me. That car had infinity speakers. The person it was a used car. The person that had that car, he drove it for business purpose. So nobody was riding in the back seats. Nobody was in the front. It still smelled new. It had the bill of sales information in the glove compartment. And that was, at that time, that was a $35,000 car, if no mistake. It was a 25,000, I think 25,000, 35,000. No, I believe it was more like 25,000. And leather interior sunroof. And me and my kids, we was riding smooth, but I had to get something big. And you guys, God picked that car out for me. He picked that car out for me, and at that time, I kept that car longer than any other car I had. I think I drove that car for 6 years, 5 to 6 years. I'm telling you, you guys, see, the visions, God will show you. He will show you, you guys. And I'm saying this for a testimony. God knows what you need. And he know what kind of car you need. And I'm going to be honest with you, you guys. At one point, I said that it seemed like that car. See, he was having me ride around in a luxury car. It was leather, infinity speakers. It's so funny. my children said, Mama, we can tell when you coming home, because I was back my car in. And I had the music on and it was bumping. You know, them Fender speakers, and I'm just laughing at that. And the music was bumping when I popped up. They say they could tell when I was coming home, so they were doing something they had no business. They said, Mama come home, Mama out there, so they said they would get quiet or whatever they were doing. But that's just a little humor in there. But you guys, God picked that car out for me. And what I was going to say earlier, I was driving around in that car, and I felt like, at one point, I'm like, this car is too good for me to be driving every day. You know, this car is too, I was driving it every day to work. I'm like, this car is too good for me to be driving. It seemed to be too good because it was nice, you guys. And then I immediately say, well, there's nothing too hard. That's nothing too good for God's people. God got me this car. He already picked it out for me. And I hurry up and dismiss that out of my mind. I kept on riding because I needed the space. But you guys, it was nice then. And that was some years ago. Years ago. It probably was what? Let's see. Maybe 20. That been 20 years ago. 15. No, about 20 years ago. 15, 20. Yeah, it's about 20 years ago. But anyway, you guys, God knows what you need, and he will give you more than what you're expecting. I put it like that. He will give you more than you expecting. So he shows you visions and dreams. He shows you the beginning as well. Some of you have seen people before you met them, and seen things before you met them. But now, what I want to get to now is I talked about the beginning. He shows you some of the beginnings, let you know it's gonna happen before, later or whenever. And then the end, he shows you how the outcome of it. But the middle, oh my God! Now the middle, now whatever it depends on what he showed you in the end of a situation. It depends on that, because it depends on what it is. The reason I say what it is, it could be a lot of God could say he's gonna bless you with some finances, a new house, marriage, but the blessing is huge, right? The blessing is huge, and it's what I want to say, it's huge, it's very significant. Okay, so those blessings like that seem like it. Now, I ain't God, though. He do things the way he want to do. Seem like them the ones you gotta do some, it gonna cost you in the middle. In the middle, seem like them is gonna cost you. That's gonna be the sacrifices of yourself. For it's like the struggle you go through and how you get through it and this and that. In other words, it's gonna cost you to get that blessing. See, you done seen the end. And see, people forget about the middle. And if you focus on what you're going through in between, it will distract you from the blessing. Because see, in the middle, he don't show you and tell you you're gonna have to go through this and that to get to this blessing. Now, he don't say that to you. So we just have to go through in the middle, and it be tough and it be rough. And like with kingdom marriages, we go through a lot in the middle, not only kingdom marriage, but in life period. We go through a lot in between to get the blessing. We be like, well, I didn't know I had to lose this. Some people, God has promised wealth to them. But before the wealth came, guess what? They lost everything they had. They lost everything they had. Some of them was homeless. Some of them lost jobs. They lost things, period. And then the wealth came. See, I remember, I heard the testimony of this well-known, you could call her evangelist or minister or whatever. I don't know what the title, but she's a minister. And she said when God told her that he was going to bless her, and she thought, well, she had to quit a job and everything like that. And God said, I'm preparing you for ministry. That's what she said. She said, I'm preparing you for ministry. And she quit a job, and she had to depend on God for everything. Even she said she had to depend on God even to her, for her dish towels, everything she had to depend on God before the financial blessing came. I think she said, no mistake, it was 6 years. see, the middle in between, she didn't know she had to go through all that for 6 long years to get to the blessing, financially blessing, where she wouldn't have to worry about anything anymore for, finances. But see, you guys, there is things we're gonna have to get through in the middle. See, the middle is the middle ground. You got the beginning and the middle. You got the middle and the end. We got to go through the middle. We got to go through that middle, you guys. And I'm telling you now, some of you guys, God has promised you some wealth. And don't be surprised if your finance drop. Don't you be surprised. See, that's a sign right there. Whoo, my God, I got to clap on that. That's a sign, because the enemy trying to get you to get discouraged and not believe what God's going to do for you, or you didn't hear God, that you're not going to get out that slump or whatever. No. See, when God drop whatever he going to drop on you, you need to be in the mindset. He wants you to be in the mindset, and you need to be in the predicament where you can say, if it had not been for God, I would have not been here. If it had not been for God, I wouldn't even know how to manage my money, because I would have been throwing money every kind of way. So when you do get your finance, you'll know how to budget, and you'll know how to feel to be without. You won't be a small brat or somebody that's small and don't value things. No, that middle ground, in the middle is your training ground, your training space. That's where you're working. You in boot camp. You in boot camp in the middle, because you got to. God is making you tough so you can handle the blessing. You got that. Ooh, you're going to look back and say, look at God. Look what he did for me. Some of you may have been sleeping on somebody. A lot of people been sleeping on somebody else's couches, sleeping on floors. Some people might even had to stay in the cars at night. Some people don't have housing. They living with relatives. Some people don't have cars. Things like that you need from God. God will bless you guys. Stay in the middle. Stay in the middle and learn in the middle till God gets you to the end for what he has shown you. You got to go through the middle. That's the process. You in the middle. You're not at the beginning anymore. You at the middle. So you got no other place but to go right to the end for where he got your blessing, you guys. What he done showed you, he gonna get it to you. See, people want to get things and don't go through nothing. They want everything easy. Like I said earlier, they want the microwave. I want it now, I want it now. But see, if you get everything easy and you get everything now, you will not value it. You will misuse it. You will not realize the purpose. You will not be able to operate effectively as it would as you had to wait patiently. See, while you waiting, while you working in the middle, you waiting patiently too. Some people say, well, you ain't got no choice. But see, God know how to break you in the middle. Woo! See, God break you. Woo! God break you in the middle. He builds you in the middle. And then he release you to the blessing so you can handle it. See, he have molded you, made you, and shaped you for the blessing. My God, my God. He have molded you, made you, and shaped you for the blessing. That's what's going on in the middle. My God, my God, my God. How you going to handle $1 million and you don't know how to budget? You can't handle your finances. Every time you get money, you go on and just wasting. Because you got money, you big ball and shot collar for 2 months, for the weekend. You know, every 3 months, you got this much left, or every once a month. How can you handle the blessing when you're not a good steward over your money? Not a good steward over your finances? God trying to get something to us, you guys. Oh my God, my God. God trying to get something to us. So don't despise the middle. As they say, don't despise small beginnings. Don't despise small beginnings. So don't you despise the middle. The middle It's the best place you can be when He training and equipping you to handle the blessing. My God, my God, my God. I gotta get off. Whew, my God, my God. You guys, as always, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. I love you with the love of Jesus Christ, and I want you guys to be blessed and have a wonderful day. And if there's anybody needs salvation, check out the description box, and it's a salvation prayer within the description box. Love you guys. Take care.